We're back to another episode of Let's Play Wild Arms 4, the 4th Ignition. I'm your host, the RPG guy, and as I always do, everything I can overdo, I will do. Though I did run into another level apple enemy, hence why I got a little higher than I thought. And then from the goblin enemies, we were able to steal several lucky cards and Gala cards. So bumping into the goblinoid type enemies in this area are a good thing, because we were able to get a moderate stock of lucky cards going back in our favor. Nothing worse than fighting a boss and not having and that feeling you get when you're like, I don't have a lucky card.
Good timing.
And what's this now? The Malcolm is here. Let's use the interlude. We can try to hit him twice. Yeah. And instead of high XP, the Malcolm gives high gil. Theoretically, could have used a lucky card, but there's no guarantee that we would get, you know, that Arnaud would get the kill, because he's not damage focused, really. It's just safe. It's more safe to just go for the kill, get the free 3 grand, and get the hell out of Dodge. So on top of the chance that you'll run into a Malcolm and hopefully be in position to kill it, there are some good things in this forest to really spend some time with. That's why it's almost like something you just don't want to do. Is you definitely don't want to turn off encounters here, just because of the good things that you can bump into. Though there are a handful of things like this that just don't really matter that much.
That's my way. How about here?
Who's there? Who's there? She won't get any XP, but she's ahead. Strangely enough,
Our hard work paid off.
Yuli got very far ahead of the pack here. As you can see, everyone is, except for Jude. Jude's the furthest behind, but that's because he's been on stealing duty in between, you know, the big XP fights. For what it's worth. So there's purpose behind everything here. That's the guy who's been waiting for our help. As you can see, he really needs it. By the way, the guy who left him here was me. So if anything had happened to him, it would be entirely your fault. It's Raymond. He's the guy that was always exercising on his balcony back in CL. You know him? We're from the same village. I found him a little while ago, drifting out at sea. I had no trouble getting him out of the water, but I got lost when I was carrying him around and got hungry. Then a giant bear cat attacked us. It was just one thing after another. Thank goodness I wasn't the only thing that made it. That means the others might be okay too. Sounds like there's more to this than meets the eye. You could say that. It's kind of a long story. Thanks for rescuing him, mister. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah, don't mention it. It'll make for a better story if we forget about the part where you left him here for dead while you went and chow down. Gee, thanks. Yeah, do me a favor and forget about that part, will you? That sign indicates that there's an old town nearby. We should be able to get treatment for him there. So he carried this man for several days all by himself, huh? That's pretty impressive. Guess I'll have to reconsider my opinion of him. Lend me a hand until we get to the town, guys. I want to help Raymond. Raimondo. So we are now free to move on. As you can see, we're kind of in a whole different area compared to where we used to be back that way. So definitely pretty far out. Did we get lost? Didn't the sign say this was supposed to be a town built up around a church? Boy, it sure looks like a really fun town. Do you even understand what kind of place this is, kid? But it really does look like a fun sort of place. Yeah, I bet you we could have some real fun here. I don't know what you two have got in mind, but we've got things we need to take care of, right? This town is pretty sordid, but there should be at least one medical clinic of sorts. Let's get moving. Yeah. Ruin all of our fun.
Full speed!
Alright, let's keep moving.
Accelerator!
We shouldn't be hurting for money. One second, I just want to make sure I'm in the right area. Do.
Full speed! Whoa!
Let's go ahead and buy this altered part here. Buy potion berries for the first time. But what do we got here? That puts her up to 900. Yep. Steel Stinger, 730. And we have a lot of options here. 1200 for 3600. It's not like we're hurting for cash. We will be soon though after buying all this. So that lifts us to 420. That's 370. So now the gap between magic defense, physical defense is growing quite large. So now we really need to think about what we want here. That doesn't give much in magic resistance, or in defense, but it raises both. Do the silver ring. It's 420, so that gives 50 defense versus 15, and only raises the physical by 20. That lowers his physical by 40. Yeah, no, we'll take the fine guard. I think it's either that. Yeah, it's the fine guard. I think our defense is actually magic defense is actually pretty good as is, and our regular defense. So we'll go with the moon wall, I think, for now. You know what? I have her take a lot of melee damage, though. She's at 340. This would put her up to 380, so she gains 40 but loses 45 in magic defense, putting her at about 320. Which, no, that's what she's at now. It actually, wait a minute, I'm reading this wrong. It's 43 to 275. That's really low. We'll go with the moon wall for now. And for numbnuts here, for Jude, 70 for a loss of 40 magic. His magic defense's resistance is not good at all. So, still better than hers. do it. All right, let's gear up. Sell off the old stuff. Probably gonna put that resistance apple on either Jude or Raquel at this point. So look at all that money we made. And we can only afford 2 potion berries. Probably want a couple of these. Alright, feeling pretty good about that. That's about as good as it's gonna get.
Made it! Go! Jump! What's more?
So we get the rabbit badge. We'll take a look at that. It's interesting, but not necessary. We don't really run from battles all that much, if at all.
Jump!
How's it going, dude? My name's Rand, and video games is my life. I just love them. Right now, I'm collecting ROMs of this game called Extra Challenge, but I'm having a hard time. They went out of print during the war, and then the factory that made them burned down. What luck, eh? So I got a favor to ask you. If you find any game ROMs during your travels, could you bring them to me? We can chill and play together. So, yeah. We have one of these, I think. We have one of these. I believe if we collect all of them, there's 6 in the game, and I believe there's one through the Alter Code F save.
Jump!
But you only need to complete 6 levels of it to legitimately like get the rewards from it. But it's really up to you. You know what you want to do. Let's just say there's no punishment.
Go!
It's rewards. I forget what the rewards are, so don't ask me that. I want to say they're level apples, and I think if you get the best rating, you get like the uber healing items and stuff, like the best stuff in the game for healing, I believe. But I don't quote me on that because I could be totally freaking wrong. So, but I'm pretty sure it's something akin to that.
What's more?
I'm looking for goodies.
Go!
Die. Silver Sun.
I think I'm gonna cry.
There we go. HP bonuses. Again, if you care about that kind of stuff. 250 XP is not. It's pretty good, but again, it's optional at this point. We got ourselves a save point, which we will exploit. We don't have what we need here. Yeah, we don't. For those of you who are fans of the series, you might know of something known as the Black Market, which we do not have access to. So, we'll fuck with that later, but probably not in the same breath. And there's reasons not to. Doc, we've got a patient. Could you come take a look at him, please? Whoa, he's still alive? I'd really rather you bring him in after they're done for, you know? Oh, well, lie down over there. What a dick. Sorry for the trouble, but thanks for saving me, Jude. I'm so glad to see that you're safe, too. Yeah. Although at first glance it looks pretty bad, thanks to the expert first aid he received, he isn't too badly off. So he's got a couple of broken bones, so we'll need to keep him in bed for a while. We'll be waiting outside, Jude. I'm sure you two have plenty to talk about. What happened to Mom and everyone else from CL? I was the last one to get into the escape pod, so I'm sure they all made it out okay. But after that, well, I hope everyone's alright. Don't worry, I'm sure they've all landed somewhere. I never imagined our little troublemaker Jude would be trying to cheer me up. But the funny thing is that just seeing you makes me feel like things really are going to be okay. Yeah, I'm sure you're right. They're probably just fine. Jude, about CL. Yeah. It was a little rushed, but I learned a lot of things. And to think I've lived there all that time without knowing anything. I see. So what are you going to do now? Are you going to search for the others? I've got some things I want to do, and there's a bunch of things I want to know more about. I feel like Mom and the others are waiting for me to accomplish those things, too. You mean, like, staying by that girl's side? Yeah. Yuli warned me that I wouldn't be able to turn back if I got involved. But as long as time moves forward, then no matter how you choose to live your life, you can never really turn back. So I want to do things. Right now I want to protect Yuli. Jude, you seem to have grown a bit. But really, I don't think so. Now you're embarrassing me. I'm gonna go now, but I'll visit you again soon. Being in the outside world sure has changed him. Just a wee bit. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. Are you done already? Yeah. Where's Gawn? I wanted to thank him. He said he was going to do his own thing. He's off to the pubs. Must be nice not having to worry about babysitting a kid. What are you talking about, Arnaud? It's not as if you're an adult. But if he's like 18, if he's technically an adult, but even in Japan he's technically an adult, but yeah, just barely. Okay, well, we can't do anything up this way, but we may as well go over here for shits and giggles. So these are challenges. They're very expensive to do. Catch is that we're probably not even at a good level to attempt most of these. But this gives you the idea that we'll definitely be coming back here much later in the game. So, easy thing to say. So, yeah, this is a neat little town because there's a lot of things we have the potential of doing. The black market in this game you pay with levels, and if my memory serves me right. And so, usually in your first playthrough, the black market is not that interesting. There's some things you can get there in the first playthrough, but ultimately it's like, I gotta pay in levels. Well, that doesn't sound like a good deal. And it is and it isn't, depending on your play strategy, but it is something to consider. Raymond will have to stay in bed for a while, but at least he'll be okay. I'm happy for you, Jude. We should be happy for Raymond, not me. That's not what I mean. I'm talking about you running into someone from your village. Oh, thanks. I bet Yuli is happy too. What? You've been blaming yourself for everything as usual, right? The fact that someone beside us made it out of the village means there may be others who are safe too, right? That's an admirable observation and quite out of character for you. Have you been learning things from Jude? What? No. What could I learn from that kid? Anyway, enough of that. We've lost them for now. It's not a good idea for us to stay in one place for too long. We're going to keep going and lose them completely. There's no time to dawdle. Bernard, why are you so anxious? Sounds like Mr. I'm an adult has his share of issues. He's having issues, that's for sure. Oh, there you are. I wanted to thank you earlier, but you already left. Yeah, I wanted some time to wander around by myself. Anyway, what's up? You here to collect? Need more money to pay for this treatment? I said I wanted to thank you, didn't I? So, thanks. If you hadn't saved him, Raymond might have suffered more than just those injuries. Oh, don't thank me for that. It was just a coincidence I happened to run into him. By the way, Gawn, what's your profession? Isn't it obvious? I'm a traveler. No, it's not obvious. That's why he's asking. You don't really look like you're dressed or properly equipped for traveling. Well, despite that, I am traveling. I don't have a destination, but I do have an objective. My journey doesn't end here, though. I've still got to wander around some more. Oh, so you're just like Raquel, then. Speaking of which, what the heck are you all doing anyway? We're traveling too. We want to go somewhere far away from here. Somewhere so quiet and far away that no one will ever come after us. So you want to go far away. Well, I got these magic mushrooms. No, I'm just kidding. You're the ones with strange reasons for traveling. I don't know where you're headed, but have you thought about taking a train? A train will get you far away from here in no time at all. Train? It's like an iron car that runs on iron roads. It transports people and cargo at high speeds using powerful machinery. Oh, if we could use that. I think there's a station in a town called Buckeye, which is a long, long way from here. And there you'll find the tracks that head to all sorts of different places. It's perfect for a journey with no set destination. Well then, I'd better get back to my journey too. Gawn, you don't have a set destination either, right? If it won't interfere with your objective, would you like to travel together with us? That doesn't sound half bad, but my journey is, well, also my job. Oh. I'll tell you, being an adult's no fun at all. After a while, instead of working to live, you're living to work. A bill from the clinic plus what I owe here. Damn, I spent more than I thought. I was thinking it'd be fun to travel together, even if it's just until our paths split. Actually, I wouldn't mind traveling with you at least part of the way. Really? That sudden change in your expression. You're scheming something, aren't you, mister? Just a little give and take, you know. Besides, we gotta maintain the bonds between us, right? I mean, I could never forget Miss Yuli's home cooking. Thank you. He's like an adult version of Arnaud. I'd never become an adult like him, and besides, I'm already an adult. It's good to have you along, God. You bet. But two things you ought to know. One, my wallet's empty. Two, I'm no good at fighting, so you'll be all on your own for those things. Well, that's kind of weak. Alright, so really, that pretty much concludes what we can milk out of this town for now. Though there will be some heavy milking later. Depending on how we feel about it. Level apples are a great reward, especially at higher levels where leveling is much more difficult to accomplish. As well as, you know, taking on the challenges and whatnot, because you get rewards for those long term. You don't get any XP or Gela, I believe, but there are benefits to doing the fights there. It's not just blatant nonsense to a degree. Some might argue there's a little bit of that, but Silver Star Express. Are the refreshments not to your liking? Uh-oh. You are an important guest, Ethelda. We have no reason to cause you any harm. Where do you plan on taking us on this train? Are you not enjoying your time aboard the Silver Star Express? After all, you faced so many hardships. Your secret shelter was destroyed. Then you were forced to drift at sea in an escape pod. I thought I'd invite you to our main base at Gare de Lyon, where we could talk more comfortably, and so I arranged this train especially for you. We cast aside our research and destroyed the results. I don't see how we can be of any use to you at this point. I'm afraid I really do need your help. What must I say to convince you? I've already told you there's nothing we can do to help you with your little fantasy. The divine weapon has nothing more than propaganda dreamed up by the global union. It doesn't exist. Brionac is an organization well versed in the acquisition and control of information. For us, discovering the truth behind a rumor is a trivial matter. Ilsvel, the permanently neutral territory. Primarily used for holding Class A war criminals, this prison island keeps the ugliness of the war hidden from the eyes of the public. The perfect place to conceal something far too powerful for humans to handle. Don't tell me you occupied an autonomous and neutral territory. You know it's too powerful for humans to handle, yet you still seek to use it? Why is it that you military types never have any common sense? You probably believe that as long as you use it carefully, even a weapon can be used to build the future, right? Not for me to decide how the divine weapon should be used. It will be up to the representatives chosen by the people. The divine weapon will not be controlled by the military, but by a consensus of all the people of this world. I sense the spirit of the congressional knights hovering over your shoulders. Over your shoulder. The path to the future won't be opened by weapons, and certainly not by gods. The ones to build and support this planet's future must be the people themselves. Oh boy. Alright. Lucian Passage, here we come. You're traveling because of your job, right, Gawn? What kind of job is it? Put it simply, I'm looking for someone. My job is to find a certain individual who vanished during the war. So that's what you meant by a journey without an objective. Or a journey with an objective but no destination. Searching for someone with no set destination is no different than from wandering around aimlessly. You really call that a job? Hey, you got me there. This person who disappeared, is it a friend or a family member of yours? This search started out as just another job a friend of mine hired me for. But somewhere along the way, it went beyond just another job, and I started wanting to meet this guy and talk to him myself. He's neither friend nor family, but for me, we're bound by a bond even stronger than blood. We met once before on the battlefield, which is the worst possible way to meet someone, if you ask me. We met, and we parted ways several times. We hardly spoke at all, but I still felt a close bond with him. Back then, he was known by a different name than the one people use now. The guy I'm searching for is a war criminal. And before we get too far, because I'm gonna easily forget, because we gained a bunch of levels, I could invest in some stuff. I really could. So I actually think Jude is fun. I don't want to invest too much because then we start bumping into other issues. We do have enough to learn illusion. Grab that. Just so we have the abilities there. And that'll do. Because we're gonna get, in 3 levels, we're gonna get that back over time. So that, yeah, that'll be fine. Just grabbing a few extra abilities while we have the means to. Makes sense in my brain. Orc issues here.
I'm ready to go.
I keep forgetting at the save points to level up our arm here. That's my bad.
Don't underestimate me.
We will be doing that shortly.
I'm still okay. That tower, open fire!
My turn to show off.
With Colusian's blessing.
Let's do that.
Safety device disengaged. No way I'm gonna lose.
Let's do this smartly.
I'll be slimmer the next time we meet.
There's not even time for us to enjoy the view. Oh, that can't be
Dang.
good.
Let's actually, we're right near the exit of the map here. Let's go back to the world map and see if we can fiddle with some stuff. That me being me, I keep forgetting to do. I can't do it here. Yes. You know what? Screw it. We'll do it at the next save point. As we'll head up and over.
Accelerate!
As they say, over the river and through the woods. Excuse me.
What do you think you're doing?
Fire! I want to help everyone!
I'll be slimmer the next time we meet.
And we have gems to sell too, by the way. Yeah, I know we didn't sell them at the last store, but if we need money to buy things down the road. We have the means. For anybody wondering. Gawn, the guy you're looking for, you said he's a war criminal. Did he do something bad? Bad? Now that's a good question. Well, let me ask you something then. How would you define bad? Huh? Like making trouble for people, or the war that took place 10 years ago, stuff like that. The war, yeah. A lot of blood and a lot of tears. Pointless tragedies were repeated over and over again all around the world. But then again, is every single aspect of the war bad? The war itself is stupid and pointless. It's a tragedy that should never be repeated. But does that mean that all the soldiers who fought on the battlefield were bad as well? There were those who stepped forward and took up arms to fight for the families they loved, fathers, mothers, wives, and children. And there were those who stepped forward and became shields to protect their friends and lovers, those they were grateful to their homelands. The man I'm pursuing is known as a war criminal, but me, I don't think he's all that bad of a guy. How would you define bad, Gawn? It's when you fail to live up to the beliefs in your heart, your own moral code. Those who fail to follow their own beliefs should be ashamed to call themselves adults. That guy always lived and fought for what he believed in. There was nothing he needed to be ashamed about. He was by far the coolest person I've ever known. Sounds like a unique way to put it. He was the coolest dude I've ever known, man. He was totally tubular. Like, completely radical, man. Alright, I'm being a dick, but okay. We could buy about 10 pinwheels. If we look at you know, just all random stuff, really. It's nice to have them, though. Just so if you're, you know, trying to collect all the items in the game. Kind of a thing. Ooh.
I'm over here.
We don't want to deal with the bird enemies, I assure you. They could steal our lucky cards, and I would be very angry. Not really very angry, but I would be moderately angry.
Yeah, we missed it, huh?
Jude is so close to leveling, and he just keeps getting screwed over and over again with that final little bit that he needs. We get a Bronze Sun, another HP boosting item that's worse than the Silver Sun that we got earlier. Really quick, modify arm. You'll see here that we have fixed amount of upgrades, I think. That's why I'm reluctant to want to increase any of these, but I think... Bullets is always nice. We'll just hold on to our dragon fossils for now. Until we really have to make a change. Do this while we're sitting here.
I feel like I can do anything.
Get her definitely out of that center. so... do that.
Well, okay, let's see what I can do. I'll finish you with this.
Don't miss!
Let's do this smartly.
And there it is. Nice. Then we'll definitely make a save. So yeah, we're making our way through. I know I didn't have as much to say this episode because there really isn't that much to say other than the story just keeps going on. And what does it all mean is, you know, in and of itself a whole thing. But as we were progressing through the game, we are making great progress. As we can invest points in all kinds of different areas here. I'm reluctant to do it at the moment, but you know, we're mostly there. We're mostly where we need to be with our skill levels and whatnot, and we're gonna get some goodies back, so that works out as well. Everybody's kind of pretty much at the same class level, so that's really good too, as we're getting the benefits of the various stats that go with that. So yeah, we're making, I don't know how else to word it. We're making good time. We're making good, you know, on our stats and everything. So luckily with those really nice level ups we got at the forest, we're at a pretty good stop. Pretty good spot. But let's keep moving. We have a little bit of time left, and we're almost actually through this area, so you know, may as well get the rest of the way there. I get what you mean about bad being related to looking shameful and pathetic, but what's good then? Does it have something to do with looking cool? Who knows? But that's what I believe in, and believing is part of being good. Huh? When you're lost in the darkness and feel like you're about to slip down an easy path, stop what you're doing and face your beliefs. Being good means never betraying those beliefs, no matter what the circumstances. But they say there's no such thing as good and evil. Tossing those words around like that sounds pathetic, like you're trying to make yourself look good. Yeah, I thought the same thing when I was your age. I guess everybody probably does, huh? And they probably think that they're cool for thinking that way. What to think is up to you, but good really does exist. It's in your heart. It's okay to believe in it, and it's not a mistake to do so either. Really? For example, say you saw someone dive into the water with no regard for his own life to save a drowning child. Wouldn't you say that was something good? Or is putting your own life in danger to rescue another just an act of foolishness and nothing more? Although good and evil are hard to see and feel, that doesn't mean they don't exist. And though it may be hard to discern, I think the concept of good is a beautiful and precious thing. It's important to ask the question about good and evil. That's how children expand their worldview and find their way along the path to adulthood. But if you just stop there, you'll always be a child. You can't grow up without first confronting your beliefs about what's right and what's not. And you gotta be responsible for what you believe in. See, growing old doesn't automatically make you an adult, it just makes you old. I worry about that sometimes, whether what I thought was right at the time was really right or not. Sometimes I'd even worry that maybe there was no such thing as right or wrong. But after what you just said, I think I feel a little better. I don't want things to just end up with me being scared and unable to do anything. Well, it's not like I'm such a paragon of adulthood that I should be lecturing other people about it either. It's an interesting moral theory, but yeah. I mean, there's a lot of other stories that talk about this and, you know, to tell that kind of that story better. The idea that good and evil are not always so clearly defined, and anybody who clearly thinks you can define them is a fool, which is true. Good and evil is not that clearly definable. It's based on a set of values and beliefs, and what's good and right to you is not necessarily good and right to those around you. I wish all adults were as understanding as easy to talk to you as you, Gawn. Sounds like you're a regular kid after all. Come on. You can tell me what's on your mind. A little adult wisdom will give you a big boost in growing up. Okay, about your journey. We're on the run from some soldiers. I think they call themselves Brionac. Brionac? You don't have to yell. You've heard of Brionac? Yeah, kind of. It sounds like you're in some serious trouble. Yeah, they're after Yuli. You don't like Brionac either, huh? It's not that... I'm not sure like is the right word for it. Let's just say they're a never-ending source of trouble for me, and leave it at that. What's wrong, Gawn? Why are you looking back? It's just I'd rather not run into them. I just wanted to make sure they hadn't caught up to us. Look, I hate to wimp out on you, but I think I better split. After everything you said, the moment you learn that we're up against soldiers, you run away. I got my own problems too. Come on, you understand, right? Besides, it's not like I'm turning against you or anything. I'll always be on your side. And if you get in any kind of real trouble with Brionac, I promise I'll come and help you out. You're making that awfully hard to believe. What if I told you I want to protect the young lady who made that tasty meal? Is that more believable? In any case, I don't want you to go thinking all adults are your enemies. Gawn, we'll meet again, right? Yeah, of course. Then, no need to say goodbye, and we don't need to shake hands either. Instead, at times like this, this'll do for saying goodbye. And this'll do for shaking hands. Gawn? Yeah? Yeah! Just as suddenly as he appeared, he's gone. Get it? Gawn is gone. He's loud, he's obnoxious, and he's a fun person, isn't he? It sounds like he just doesn't think things through very much. That's why he's always running around like that. Yeah, you know, I would love to do voices for these characters, but there's so many of them, and they have voice actors themselves at various points, so it just makes sense for me to kind of stay out of it. All right, this is actually really the place we should stop for right now. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ActorStudios for more live gaming action. Because when we come back, we continue our journey to the Platapana Passage, where things are going to get a little shifty. That's right, just ever so slightly. So anyway, thanks for stopping by, guys, and we'll see you guys next time.